So I don't think Todd's worried about Kandi being fair. I feel like he wants to pound his chest a little bit because he's read the jokes.
We break up and now I gotta take care of that anyway.
Right, and that's why
So,
to me,
does that make
I would
sense?
think it would make more sense to say, hey, well, if we ever break up, we would
Sell the house.
we would sell this house
Put you
and
in
you would
something
stay in something
you could afford.
not put you in the hood and that, especially if we got kids together.
Right.
But maybe it wouldn't be this house.
Cause what do you mean? He is now pairing up with Kandi's arch nemesis, Tamar, to gang up on her. Girl, Todd was really on that scheme. Ever since their divorce was finalized, Kandi has been painting this picture where she and Todd are still family and there isn't any mess going on in her house. But Todd is not only spilling the tea about Kandi's businesses, but even got on Tamar Braxton's side to expose Kandi for being a mean girl, all because he didn't get the divorce settlement he thought he deserved. Now, in case you didn't know, Kandi won big in her divorce fight. She's rumored to be worth somewhere around $30 million to $40 million. And the way Todd was moving, it looked like he was ready to take it all the way to the bank with this one. But Kandi made it out all right. And this has got Todd so pressed that he is ready to take his revenge no matter the cost. But for the most part, even if we argue, we still, try to be nice to each other. You're co-parenting. Yeah, we're co-parenting. Last night, we went to my son's basketball game. So, we were there sitting right next to each other. I'm sure people was like, but I feel like once we're done with this, I really feel that we'll be able to be great co-parents because our ultimate goal is to make sure that all of our kids are happy and that they don't feel the brunt of our drama. Okay, clears throat, mind you. Neither of them had to pay child support or alimony. And Kandi was required to pay Todd $426,388 with $250,000 paid up front and the rest paid in installments. They split their 10 cars equally. And when it comes to their children, they have joint legal and physical custody. Their real estate was split between the two of them, and it looks like they decided to sell their food truck and split the money. But this is where things get insanely crazy and has got Todd all riled up. Remember, it was said that Kandi didn't need Real Housewives of Atlanta and was a multimillionaire only to find out that Kandi is only making $22,000 per month, which comes to around $260,000 per year. When you remove taxes, that should come up to about $170,000 as net income. Now, this is nothing to scoff at, but from what we are seeing, and is this the reason why Kandi is always involved in a million small projects? Because she knows the whole thing could shatter at any time. Mother's gross monthly income is approximately $22, 83.33. The defendant's gross monthly income is approximately $22, 83.33. So, according to Kandi and Todd and their attorneys, and what they want y'all to know, they both make the same amount of money. Okay, so y'all can quit calling Todd a deadbeat. They both make the same amount of money. Well, not entirely. Sources close to the couple are saying that the divorce settlement didn't reveal the whole truth about what's going on. On paper, it is true that Kandi only makes $260,000 a year, but when you own your own businesses, you limit how much you get paid from those entities as a way to lower your taxable income. So, Kandi most likely has a company that handles her publishing and songwriting, and another to handle her endorsements and other jobs she gets from being a media personality, along with other businesses she started along the way. It's also possible that she has some assets under Mama Joyce's name, and that's something that Todd cannot touch legally, even if he wanted to. So, in other words, Kandi made sure that Todd couldn't touch any real income coming from the businesses she had on her own. And then what she did with the businesses they did have together got him even more pressed. Now, we know that most of their joint businesses, particularly their restaurants, like Old Lady Gang, didn't do so well and had to be shut down. But one thing they did well together was their production companies. They had their independent production banners, Kandi Company, Entertainment and T. Tucker Productions, and co-produced all movies together. They co-produced Othello, which became the top-grossing play in Broadway history, and also had other good projects like The Piano Lesson and Thoughts of a Colored Man. And even though they are deemed equal partners in these projects, the tasks they handle are different, with Todd being the primary script writer and visionary, while Kandi controls the branding, distribution, and finances relating to any project. And this is where things started to get messy. Reports revealed that Kandi was more than happy to let Todd be seen as the creative mind, while she focused most of her time and attention on something more old school, cleaning the books. Whenever money started flowing in, she was reportedly there with a calculator and a team of accountants, carefully looking through and minimizing any appearance of profits. The books would say that whatever money they earned was eaten up by equipment fees, licensing costs, and multiple overhead expenditures that seemed to come out of nowhere. Claimed the financial spouse filed when the timing was perfect right after the books were organized. The debts were documented, and any marital profits have been carefully minimized by perfectly legal, perfectly boring accounting management. If the rumors are true, the creative partner didn't lose a spouse. They lost a financial war they didn't even know they were fighting. The accountants reportedly primarily worked for and reported to Kandi. So Todd would only see the numbers he was shown without fully understanding just how the money flowed. Todd was fighting a financial war that he didn't even know he was in, and only got to know about it after their divorce was finalized. All through the divorce, Kandi made sure to keep it perfectly amicable to make sure that Todd didn't fight it or start looking more carefully at the documents and spot what she was doing. But now that it is over and they would most likely not work on projects together, Todd has been going through everything and was reportedly pissed when he finally saw the game Kandi was playing. That man has been in his feelings and has been talking smack about her behind the scenes, talking about how Kandi and Mama Joyce scammed him and did him dirty. And add to that the entire Tamar Braxton mess that has recently come out. Tamar Braxton has talked about how Kandi is a mean girl. And while she has never brought it to the internet like Tamar has, she has repeatedly tried to get her booted out of projects in Atlanta and warned people not to work with Tamar. You the one who sings so beautifully, but don't nobody give ___ about it, because the only reason you ever get airtime lately is when you talking about me or you talking about somebody else, you doing something negative. And if that's what you want to be known for is negative __, keep doing what you're doing. Other than that, I would suggest learn how to be a lady, learn how to carry yourself in public, learn how to carry yourself on the internet, and learn how to handle your business without being known for drama. And allegedly, Todd is siding with Tamar on this one about how Kandi throws shade behind the scenes and takes revenge while keeping her hands clean. However, Tamar has cried wolf one too many times for anyone to believe her this time. But now that Todd has seen it himself, he finally understands what Tamar has been talking about the whole time. Get this. He is supporting Tamar on this one. And seeing Kandi will see her karma. Kandi already knew that she wasn't happy in the marriage and wanted to divorce. But if you look back at her history, she's someone that can hold a grudge for however long she has to. It did take her close to 20 years before she forgave the Scott sisters. However, no matter how mad she is, Kandi is a very strategic person and always wants to walk out of every situation smelling like a rose. So, instead of telling him what it was to his face, she went behind his back and hit him right where it hurt without doing anything to draw his attention. Everything was so meticulously planned out because even if Todd went back to the court, he cannot get the divorce overturned, and everything they've done to the accounts can all be legally explained away. But as much as Todd is right to feel angry about Kandi finessing him, people don't really see it that way. From the videos we've seen throughout their marriage, it looked like Todd was very much interested in the money and what he could gain for himself financially by being with her. So there was nothing wrong in Kandi beating him at his own game to protect herself, saying, "Yes, Kandi, don't let him play in your face. Show him how it's done. Play chess, not checkers." I'm actually just glad a famous black woman was finally smart about protecting her assets. This is usually not the headline. Kandi will protect her money.